Hello.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
I cannot hear. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, right,
Hello.
can. Okay, so we continue from where we stopped last week. Okay, so last week I showed you that you have to write down the power of A, power of B, then the coefficient of the terms. Then later on, you group this together to form the first term. Then you group this together to form the second term. Well, actually, you don't have to do it this way. Okay, there is uh, a general pattern that we can see. Actually, can you hear me clearly or not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, if you look at the expansion, uh, the pattern is like this. The first term is 0. Here is 0, right? Let's say if, it is to the power of 4, then you put 4 here, then this is 0. And related to this 0 here is the term B. The power of B is also 0. And the power of A is 4. There is a relationship between the power of A and the power of B. Now, the relationship is these two numbers, when you add them together, you will get 4. So we move on to the next term. Can you see that the power of A and the power of B, if you add them together, you will have 4. And that is the power of the bracket, the expansion. Okay? So we continue with the next term. Can you see what is this? The power of A plus the power of B? How much is that?
Yes. 4.
4, correct. It is 4, right? It's 4. Okay. So continue with the next term. Power of A plus the power of B, how much is it?
4.
4, correct. And the last one, power of A is 0. Power of B is 4. What is the sum of these two numbers? How
4.
much is also 4? So we see that for every term in the expansion, the sum is 4. So if I tell you there is one term, the power of A is 1. Can you tell me what is the power of B? Power of A is 1. What is the power of B?
3.
3. So you just take 4 minus the power, you will get the other one. Now I ask you, the power of A is 2. Power of A is 2. What is the power of B?
2.
Also 2. Now, if you recognize this, the power of B is 2, then the number at the bottom of the choose there is also 2. This number is exactly the same as the power of B. And you see that here 4, then the power of B also 4. And you see here the power of B is, the C here is 2, the power of B is 2. So this term, actually you can predict if they tell you one thing about a particular term. These are called terms, first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and fifth term. These are called terms. So if they give you one piece of information regarding that term, you can actually write down the whole term. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Hmm?
Okay. Now let's say I tell you that term is 4C1. 4C1. What
Hmm.
is the power of B?
1,
1. What is the power of A?
3,
Sorry?
3.
3, correct. So if I tell you one piece of information, you can link it to all the other information regarding that term. Can you do like that for other powers? Let's say, for example, now I have a plus b to the power 4. Let's say if I have a plus b to the power 6, right? Probably uh, you have to predict how the whole term looks like. Okay or not?
Hmm.
That we are going to do later on. So now I tell you about the general pattern, right? The general pattern is like this. Sorry. Oh, okay. Okay. So the general pattern is like this. Let's say we have a plus b to the power of n. If you cannot imagine what is n, you just consider n as 4, right? So you can imagine them, right? 4. So 4, so it will be 4c0. The first term is 0. Now, if the number here is 0, the b is 0, then the a is actually 4 lah. But in this case, because we have n here, so we say a to the power n. So the next term,
Hmm.
after 0, it will be 1, nc1. As soon as you see the nc1, the 1 there, the b will be raised to the power of 1. Then what about the power of a? N minus 1. Let's say if it's 4, then this will be 4 minus 1. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, so that means you can follow the pattern, the trend from one term to another, right? You know that. Okay. Now there is one thing that I want to tell you, right? That I didn't tell you, but now I am telling you, right? Okay. Wait first, huh? Cannot move. My okay, can. Okay, right. You look at the answers that you have given me. Okay, the answers
Hmm.
for this question. Okay. Can you remember this one that you submitted to me? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this one is okay. This one, the NC 10C6 or something like that. This all okay. All those involving numbers, actual numbers, no problem. You can do it. Okay. Now, those involving n, let me explain to you one by one, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So we look at the first question, right? The first question is this one. N factorial divided by n minus 2 factorial. So your answer given here is this first step here. Okay. Let me get the pencil first. Okay, my pencil, huh? Okay, I put here. This one, I put what color on? Red color I want. Why cannot get color one? Cannot change the color. Oh, never mind. That color, the color. This part is correct. This part is correct. Then the bottom one also correct. But if you write out all the terms, the first few terms, you will end up having some of the terms at the top or the numerator the same, they look the same like the terms at the bottom, at the denominator. Now, can you identify what are the terms at the top and at the bottom that look alike. So the thing that look alike is once you have written out all these, n minus 1, n minus 2, then this one start from n minus 2, n minus 3, and so on. You can see that starting from here, n minus 2 until 1. Here at the bottom also, n minus 2 until 1. So this means that they can actually cancel away. So when you cancel away, then you get the bottom is 1. So what you have left is these two terms, n and n minus 1. So the actual answer is, I want to see is n bracket n minus 1, not just write out everything like that, right? So if you write down anything, it's still correct. Your expansion is still correct, but you did not simplify the answer. You have to simplify the answer. Okay, so this is the simplest form. The next question. Okay, I clear away the thing first. Where's the clear? Yeah, clear. Clear all. Okay, right. I go back to this one. Next question. So the next question is n factorial, 0 factorial, n minus 1 factorial. Now again, you have written out all the terms. So the first part, you got it correct. The 0 factorial is actually the 1, and you have written the 1, I think, somewhere in front here, right? You have written the 1 in front, so it is correct. But when you have written out everything, you compare the top with the bottom. Even though they are in terms of n, they look alike. When they look alike, they can actually cancel away. So finally, you have this n minus 1 until 1, n minus 1 until 1, they can cancel each other. So the answer is only n left. Okay, so far, can you follow?
Yes.
Okay, good, right? So the next question, this one, next question is, why like that, eh? Sure. Why cannot? Oh, what happened? Malfunction. This one, okay. This one cannot show. Okay, can show. Right. So the next question is 3 factorial multiply with n factorial, n plus 1 factorial, sorry, divided by 2 factorial, n factorial. You can, when it involves numbers, very good, you can see. So you cancel away the numbers. What are the numbers? The 2 and the 1, the 2 and the 1, you cancel away. So you give me 3 here, 3 here, right? 3 here. But then you write out all these terms there. Actually, all the terms can cancel away. So let us look at what are the terms that you can cancel away. Now, at the top here, it is n plus 1. You start from n plus 1. So when you decrease by one number like that, then it will be n plus 1 will be n minus 1, n minus 2. At the bottom, you have something wrong here. Something wrong here. I've written there n, there shouldn't be n here. There shouldn't be n here. I make a mistake. So I want to do corrections. I want to do corrections. So it will start from n minus 1. Sorry, the bottom is n. Sorry. The bottom is n factorial is correct. You start from n. Okay? N multiply with n minus 1 and so on. Oh, if you look at the top there, it starts from n plus 1. So n plus 1, the next one will be n minus 1, n minus 2. So you see that what are the terms that can cancel away? Starting from n, they can cancel away. So here, start from n, they can cancel away at the top. So you are left at the top, n plus 1. And you are left with 3. The others all cancel away, right? So this is correct, right? This is correct. 3 bracket n plus 1, right? So next time, when you face problems involving n, write them out. Write until you can see one factor at the top matches with another factor at the bottom, and you can, behind all you can cancel. At the bottom, behind all you can cancel. So you are left with the terms in front. Okay, so that is how you're going to do it, right? Okay, okay. Next, we are going to look at this one. Oh, sorry. Okay, next we are going to look at this one, the NC, the NC thing. Now, your answer A plus B raised to the power 5, perfect, everything good, right? Now, this one, there is something I didn't tell you, right? So I want to leave it to you to find out. Then you are not aware of it, right? So now I am telling you how to do this type of problem, right? As I have said, you make this A. Then the B is actually -1, right? The B is actually -1. So what you need to do is you write down A, it will be 4C0, A to the power of 4, B to the power of 0. Now you don't need to do the matching like this, because earlier on I told you there is a link between all the A, B, and the coefficient in a particular term. Once one piece of information is given to you, the rest you should be able to write out. So here, the first one is 4a to the power 4. So the term by the side will be b to the power 0. b to the power 0 is 1. So if we have b to the power 0, then at the number there, it will be 4c0. 4c0 is 1. So once you know one thing about the term, all the information about that particular term is known. Now, from a to the power of 4, it decreased to a to the power of 3. So if a to the power of 3, then what will the b be? The b will be b to the power of 1. And what is the b now? The b is -1. Okay. Then coming back to the coefficient, because b is raised to the power of 1, then the coefficient will be 4c1. There is a link between them. There is a relationship between them. By now, you should be able to see the relationship. Okay or not? Can you see the relationship?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Yes. Next one will be a to the power of 2. If a is raised to the power of 2, then what will be the power of b? So I use 4 minus 2. Then b will be raised to the power of 2. And the coefficient will be 4c2, because the b is 2, then here is 2. But please take note that 4c2 is not the second term. 4c2 is actually the third term already, because the first term is 4c0. So 4c2 is not the second term. 4c0 is the third term. So if b is raised to the power of 2, then it will be 4c2. And so on, and so on. Now, coming back to the term b, b is a negative number. Okay, let's say now the b is -1. -1 raised to the power of 1. What will that be? -1 raised to the power of 1. Answer is what?
3.
-1 raised to the power of 1. There's only one -1. So the answer is -1. Now let's say -1 raised to the power of 2. It will be -1 multiplied with -1. What is -1 multiplied with -1?
Positive.
Sorry?
Positive 1.
+1. Correct.
Positive
The
1.
answer is +1. The answer is +1. Let's say -1 raised to the power of 3. What will the answer be?
-1.
Sorry?
-1.
-1. Answer is -1. If -1 raised to the power of 4, what will the answer be?
Positive 1.
+1. So we see that when this thing happens, the sign alternate positive, negative, positive, negative, right? Who are the positive ones? The positive ones are the one with even are the ones with
Power.
even power. The negative terms, they are the one with the odd power. Do you know what is even and odd?
Yes.
Yes. Even numbers, they call it 双数. Odd numbers, they call it 单数 or something like that. I don't know, right? I don't know Mandarin, how to this one in Mandarin, right? So now, coming back to our problem here, you can see that the -1 to the power 1, -1 to the power 2, -1 to the power 3, -1 to the power of 4. So when you put them in front, it will be negative, positive, negative, positive. The first one is always positive because the A is always positive. So the first term is always positive. So the second term, whether it's positive or negative, it depends on the sign inside the bracket. If the sign inside the bracket is negative, then the second term will be negative, positive, negative, positive. If the sign inside the bracket is positive, then all of them will be positive. Okay or not? Can follow?
Can.
Okay. The expansion will still be the same. Now, I don't want you to match like that. Match like that. I want you to predict. I give you one information, the others you must know. Don't want to do like this anymore. Huh? Don't want to write out all, write out all, write out all, then you match them group by group. Don't want. Because you know the link between them, so you just write out the term by yourself. No need to match them already. Okay. So far, any question?
No.
Got question or not?
No.
No, okay, no. Okay, no question. Then we move on to this one. Didn't clear yet. I try to clear this one first. Clear all. Okay. Right. So we move on to another question. Yeah, this one. Okay, so where are we going to start? Oh, start with this one, right? Or maybe I start with the more difficult one, right? Then this one you try on your own. You try again on your own. Okay. So now I have this 2x minus 3y raised to the power of 4. Now, the A is actually 2x. The B is actually negative 3y. Okay. Now, there is a lot of relationship or a lot of pattern and trend as we move from one term to another term. Can you remember the pattern or not? Okay, the pattern is, since this is raised to the power of 4, then the coefficient will be everything involving 4C0, 4C1, 4C2, and so on. And regarding the power, the maximum is 4. So you start lah, 4 minus 0, 4 minus 1, 4 minus 2, and so on, right? So now we look at the first term. This is called the first term. This one is the second term. This is the third term. This is the fourth term. This is the fifth term. So can I ask you, in this expansion, in this binomial expansion, how many terms are there?
5.
5, correct. 5. If this is power of 4, the number of terms is 5. If this is power of 6, this number, power of 6, how many terms are there?
7.
Correct, very good. You can see the pattern, very good. Let's say if I have a power of 5, then I will have 6 terms. Okay? Not only you know the number of terms, you also know if it's a negative sign, then it will be positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. If it's positive sign, then all will be positive. So you know these two. Now I want to test you whether you know if I give you one piece of information regarding that term, can you predict the other things that is inside that term? Okay, right. Now this first term here, because it's power of 4, so it's 4C0. And we know that there are altogether 5 terms, because we start from 4C0. Here 4C1, 4C2, 4C3, 4C4. So there are 4 terms. But include the 4C0, there will be 5 terms. So the same thing, if I raise the power of 7, 7C1, 7C2 until 7C7, there will be 7 terms, including the 0, 8 terms, right? So this number of terms inside the expansion, you know. But I want to tell you about one piece of information, then you link to the other information, right? That is important if you want to predict a particular term in the expansion. Okay, so this is 4C0. So this is 2x raised to the power 4. Then negative 3y raised to the power of 0. Hey, do you know what is negative 3y raised to the power 0? Negative 3y raised to the power 0.
1.
Yeah, correct. Anything raised to the power 0 is 1. Even you have 1,000 there, raised to the power 0, it's only 1. So this negative 3y is just a number. But although I don't know what is the number, but if it's raised to the power 0, it's 1. If raised to the power 1, exactly the same, right? Raised to the power 1 is the same. So I have written down the first term. The first term. Here 4C0, here b to the power 0, a to the power 4. That is our pattern. Let's say if I move on to the next term. The next term is 4C1. 4C1. Now 4C1 is b to the power of 1. Then a is raised to the power 3. And so on, and so on. So we have a lot of terms there. Now, we look at the first term again. 4C0 is 1. 2x to the power of 4. Now, 2x to the power of 4, the 2 also got raised to the power 4. And 10 minutes left, 10 minutes left. Okay. So after 10 minutes, after these 10 minutes, we're going to take 10 minutes rest. Then I send you a new link, right? Okay. So this one, 2 to the power, 2x raised to the power 4 is actually 2 to the power 4 x also raised to the power 4. Okay, 2 to the power 4 is 16. X raised to the power 4 is x to the power 4. Then negative 3y raised to the power 0, like what you have told me, is actually 1. Next term, 4c1. 4c1 is this one, 4. 4c1 is 4. 2x raised to the power 3. 2 to the power 3 is 8. X to the power 3 is x cubed. Right? Then this one, negative 3y raised to the power 1 is the same, negative 3y. Right? You write down this intermediate step before you go and simplify. Right? So next one, 4c2, 6. 2x to the power of 2, 4x squared. Negative 3y squared. This one you have to know. Negative 3y squared. Of course, I put down there negative 3y squared. But if you expand what you are going to get, what is the actual answer for negative 3y? Whole thing raised to the power of 2. What is it?
9.
Negative 3y whole thing square. Okay. So this square, you give to the negative 3. This square, you give to this. So this one square, what is it?
9.
9, correct. This one square, what is it?
2.
This one, y square. Right? This one, y square. So if you look at here, if you look at here, this one, this one. This one. So actually you have 6 times 4x squared times 9y squared. Okay, this thing is 9y squared. Then you multiply all the numbers, right? It is 216 x squared y squared. Can follow or not?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Then we look at the next one. This one, 4 is 4. Right? 4c3 is 4. 2x to the power 1 is what? Same, 2x. Then this one. Can you tell me what is this? I don't want to say anything. What is it? I'm going to write here.
27. Negative 27.
Negative 27. Then the one more.
Y squared.
Y to the power of
3.
3. Y to the power 3. So this is it. So when you multiply 4 times 2 times negative 27, you get this one. Negative 216. Then the x and y cube, then you get x, y cube. Okay? Right. So this you can follow or not?
Yes.
Yes. But you have to do it slowly, or you have to do it slowly. Expand, then multiply that out like what I have shown you here. Right? Here I just do using my calculator, then I write also calculator out. But you write out like this lah. Okay, now. Okay, right. Now we look at to the power of 6. Okay, to the power of 6. I didn't clear the thing yet. I clear this, clear first. Clear first. Then I want to talk about this power of 6. Okay. So x minus y to the power of 6. How many terms are there?
7.
7, correct, 7. What are the 7 terms? The 7 terms, they are 6c0, 6c1, 6c2, 6c3, until 6c6. 1 to 6, there are 6 terms. 6, 0, 7 terms. Then if you have this 6 to the power of 0, the b will be raised to the power of 0. These two follow one. They follow one another, right? 0, this will be 0. Then 6 minus 0 will be 6. Then 6c1. 6c1, so this one will be negative y raised to the power 1. Then what is the x pull up? The x is 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 will be how much? Will be 5. So we move on to the next one, 6c2. 2, this one will be 2. Right? Here 6c2, the b will be raised to the power 2. And the b is actually negative y. Negative y raised to the power 2. Then what about the term in front? The one in front is 6 minus 2, 4. I know it's 4. So can you use this pattern or this trend to predict all the other terms? Use the pattern that I told you. Don't use the matching one, match top and bottom top. I don't want that method.
Yes.
I want can. Okay. Can, then we stop here, come back after 10 minutes. Then you tell me, you can WhatsApp me. During these 10 minutes, you work out this x minus 6 to the x minus y to the power 6. You work it out until the final answer. Then you show me. Okay. All right. We come back in 10 minutes time. I'll send you a new link.